Welcome to USAX Coins, where hidden history meets real value and ordinary pocket change turns into extraordinary treasure, and today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about early Lincoln wheat pennies that collectors around the world still dream of finding, the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1914 with no mint mark, a coin that quietly carries history, mystery, and serious collector interest all in one small copper cent. The year 1914 sits at a powerful moment in American history, just a few years after Abraham Lincoln's portrait first appeared on U.S. coinage, and right as the nation was stepping into a new era of industrial growth, global tension, and changing money, making every Lincoln wheat penny from this time a real snapshot of America's past you can actually hold in your hand. This particular penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark at all, and that tiny missing letter is exactly what makes it so fascinating. Because collectors know that no mint mark does not mean no value, it means authenticity, early production, and a direct connection to the main U.S. mint that produced coins for everyday Americans during this historic period. When you look at the front of the coin, Lincoln's portrait shows strong classical detail, with sharp lines in the hair and face on higher-grade examples, and even worn pieces still carry that unmistakable early Lincoln look that collectors instantly recognize, making the 1914 no mint mark wheat penny a favorite for both beginner collectors and serious numismatists alike. Turn the coin over and those two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America tell a powerful story of agriculture, strength, and prosperity, symbolizing the backbone of the nation at the time. And on well-preserved coins the wheat stalks show beautiful texture that really separates common sense from collectible pieces. What truly drives interest in the 1914 no mint mark wheat penny is its age combined with its survival rate, because while millions were originally struck, over a century of circulation, melting, and loss means far fewer remain today in collectible condition, especially examples with strong detail and original surfaces. Condition plays a massive role with this coin, because even small differences like clear lettering, smooth rims, and visible wheat lines can dramatically change how collectors view the coin, and those lucky enough to find one that avoided heavy circulation are holding a true piece of American numismatic history. Collectors are always on the lookout for original color, minimal corrosion, and honest wear. And the 1914 Philadelphia wheat penny checks all the boxes for a classic early date coin that fits perfectly into any serious Lincoln cent collection or long-term investment portfolio. What makes this coin especially exciting is that it's often mistaken for an ordinary old penny by people cleaning out drawers, jars, or inherited collections, meaning treasures are still being overlooked every single day, and that's exactly why knowing what to look for can make all the difference. The absence of a mint mark under the date confirms its Philadelphia origin, and when paired with the 1914 date, it instantly places the coin into a desirable early wheat penny category that continues to gain attention as more collectors enter the hobby worldwide. This is the kind of coin that proves you don't need gold or silver to hold something valuable, because history, demand, and collector passion can turn a simple copper cent into a prized collectible that has survived wars, economic changes, and generations of American life. So if you ever come across a Lincoln wheat penny dated 1914 with no mint mark, take a moment, look closely, and appreciate the journey that coin has been on, because it represents more than money. It represents over 100 years of American history in the palm of your hand. Now here comes the part everyone waits for, because depending on condition and collector demand, the auction value of a genuine United States of America 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1914 with no mint mark can reach amounts spoken in words as several $100s. Today we are exploring one of the most intriguing and collectible early Lincoln cents ever struck, the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1919 with no mint mark, a coin that quietly reflects a nation rebuilding itself after war and stepping into a brand new era. The year 1919 is deeply meaningful in U.S. history, coming just after the end of World War I, when America was shifting from wartime struggle to peacetime growth, and every coin minted during this moment carries the energy of a country finding its balance again, making this Lincoln wheat penny far more than just an old copper cent. This penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and that is why there is no mint mark below the date. A small detail that new collectors often overlook but experienced numismatists instantly recognize as proof of its origin and authenticity from the main mint of the United States. On the front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands strong, and dignified, representing unity, resilience, and leadership, and even coins that have seen decades of circulation still hold that unmistakable early Lincoln design that continues to attract collectors from around the world. Flip the coin over and the iconic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America symbolize growth, hope, and prosperity, perfectly reflecting the spirit of the nation in 1919 as America moved forward into the Roaring Twenties. What makes the 1919 no-mint mark wheat penny especially appealing is its balance of age and availability, because while it is not the rarest Lincoln cent ever made, finding one today in solid condition after more than a century is becoming increasingly difficult. Many of these coins spent decades in circulation, passing through countless hands during times of economic change, which means sharp details, clean surfaces, and well-defined wheat stalks are far less common than people realize. Collectors carefully study elements like rim strength, lettering clarity, and surface texture, and even slight improvements in condition can elevate this coin from a common old penny to a highly desirable collectible. Another reason this coin remains popular is that it is still occasionally discovered in old collections, family keepsakes, or forgotten jars of change, making it a thrilling find for anyone who knows what to look for. The absence of a mint mark combined with the 1919 date places this coin firmly in the early Lincoln wheat penny era, a period that continues to rise in popularity as more collectors focus on historic U.S. coinage. This penny tells a story of everyday Americans, post-war optimism, and a growing economy, all wrapped into a single copper coin that has survived more than 100 years of history. Holding a 1919 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark is like holding a quiet witness to history, a coin that traveled through generations and still commands respect among collectors today. Now for the moment everyone has been waiting for, because depending on condition, eye appeal, and collector demand, the auction value of a genuine United States of America 1 cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1919 with no mint mark can reach amounts spoken in words as several $100s. Today we're uncovering the fascinating details behind the United States of America 1 cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1945 with no mint mark, a coin that represents the closing chapter of a world war and the beginning of a hopeful new era for America. The year 1945 is one of the most powerful dates in modern history, marking the end of World War II and a moment when the world finally exhaled after years of struggle, and every coin struck during this time reflects the resilience, sacrifice, and determination of the American people. This particular wheat penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why there is no mint mark beneath the date, and that missing letter tells an important story about where the coin was produced and how it entered circulation during a period of massive national change. When you study the front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears calm yet commanding, symbolizing unity and leadership during times of conflict and recovery, and even circulated examples still display the classic Lincoln design that has made this series one of the most beloved in U.S. numismatics. Turning the coin over reveals the iconic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, a design that beautifully represents nourishment, strength, and prosperity, perfectly fitting for a nation emerging from war and preparing for economic growth. What makes the 1945 no mint mark wheat penny especially interesting to collectors is its historical timing, because it was struck during the final year of the wheat penny series' wartime era, just before America fully transitioned into post-war prosperity. Although many were produced, surviving examples in strong condition are becoming harder to find as decades of circulation, storage, and environmental exposure have taken their toll on these copper coins. Collectors carefully examine details such as the sharpness of Lincoln's features, the clarity of the date, and the strength of the wheat stalks, because even modest differences in preservation can significantly impact collector demand. This coin is often overlooked as a common old penny, which is exactly why knowledgeable collectors pay close attention, since uncleaned, well-preserved examples can still stand out and attract serious interest. The absence of a mint mark confirms its Philadelphia origin and places it firmly within a key historical moment, making it a meaningful addition to any Lincoln wheat penny collection. Holding a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is like holding the final echo of a wartime America, a coin that quietly circulated as soldiers returned home and the nation looked toward a brighter future. Now for the value everyone wants to know, because depending on condition, originality, and eye appeal, The auction value of a genuine United States of America 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1945 with no mint mark can reach amounts spoken in words as over $100.